Hey folks, Jeremy DeMerchant here, the sales strategist. And today I want to ask you, do you think attending your office or a local holiday party can change someone's life? Think about that for a second. Every year we get invitations to holiday parties, whether it's, our own office party, it's a community party, it's a friend's party. We get all these invitations. And some of them we absolutely want to attend, and some of them we kind of hum and haw about whether or not we want to invest our time there. Well, the holiday season is really about giving. And when someone invites you to a party, usually it means they sincerely want you to be there. Now, often we go to holiday parties and we socialize and just have fun. But from a sales perspective, there's a significant opportunity here. Now, let me be clear. I'm not telling you to go to, your office holiday party or some community party and start throwing your business cards around. That's not it at all. But attending a holiday party gives you the opportunity to network. You're going to get to see people you haven't seen in months, and you're going to get to be able to tell more people about what you do. But telling people what you do should not be your focus. So in this video, I want to share some tips with you about how you can make the most of your next holiday party, why you should attend, and how you can add some real value to the people in that room. So first of all, when you attend a holiday party, I don't want you to think about it as networking, but I do want you to make it a point to get to know what's going on in people's lives. So for example, if you run into Frank, who you haven't seen in a few months, ask Frank about himself. Don't talk about the weather. Okay, everybody knows that if you're bringing up the weather, it's either amazing or it's not amazing. That's it. But ask Frank a sincere question about his life or about his business. Now, in networking situations, far too often we spend too much time trying to have an opportunity to give a sales pitch or give our elevator speech. Don't do that. I want you to focus this year and every year going forward on any party or social gathering that you attend to focus on learning more about people. Okay, the whole idea of networking is to bring yourself up to date about what's going on in other people's lives. Don't focus on whether or not they're going to ask you what you're up to. Because I want you to think about it this way. If you have an opportunity to speak to somebody and you learn sincerely what's going on in their life, then you can figure out, hey, maybe there's an opportunity for you to serve and support them. And if you're not asking those questions, then you're just turning into someone who's trying to do a sales pitch. So take the time and find out what's going on with Frank. Is business going well? Is he struggling? Are things at home great, or are there some challenges there? Find out what's going on. And I would encourage you to lead all your questions or all your conversations with open-ended questions. So often in sales, we're trained to give close-ended questions, which means there's two options to answer it, either a yes or a no, or typically when you're closing a sale, people will say, do you want to pay with, will that be cash or credit? Or would you like the upfront payment or the monthly payment option? Those are close-ended questions. And in networking, they don't work. In fact, in most sales, they don't work. So find out what's going on with Frank. Ask Frank, hey Frank, how are things? And when he tells you, take a piece of his response and dig deeper. If he doesn't give you much information in that response, then ask, a deeper question on your own. Tell me about your business. How are things going? How are the kids? How's the family? And ask them sincerely. Okay, I want you to take the time to get to know what's going on in people's lives. In fact, if you spend an entire, let's say 5-6 minute conversation with somebody and you never get a chance to tell them about what you're doing, that's a good thing. Because here's a little secret most people don't know. If you spend the time totally focused on learning about somebody else, they will feel that you are the most interesting person in the room. And when they feel that way, they're going to feel more connected to you. Now again, don't use this as a strategy to get a sale. Take the time to learn about somebody else. Build that connection. Okay, you're not going to make a sale from somebody at a Christmas party, probably. There's always the opportunity, but let that evolve organically. Don't try to create it or force it. Take this time to connect with your loved ones, your friends, your family, colleagues, people in the community, and understand what's going on. Learn the ins and outs of what's important to them. Because here's the situation that most people forget when it comes to sales. True sales is trying to find out what somebody does want and then helping them get it. And if you can do that, then you're adding significant value to somebody's life. So there's my food for thought. And I'm going to throw in one more piece here. If it does turn out that you have the opportunity to support them, don't try to make a sales pitch at a networking event. Instead, say, hey, Frank, it's really interesting you mentioned that. This is actually the area that I help support clients in. Would you mind, later on this week or next week if we connect just for a quick 15-minute phone call? And that's it. Okay, take the sales conversation out of the networking event. Use that as an opportunity to follow up. If then you have a conversation after the fact and there's an opportunity to offer something, do it. That's fine. But use the networking opportunity to network. One more tip. Okay, if you have business cards, bring them. Don't start throwing them out on the table. The idea isn't to get rid of as many as you can. But if there is a sincere connection with somebody and someone you can serve and support, make sure they know how to get a hold of you. But more importantly, have a way to get a hold of them. So if they don't have a business card, have a way to write down their information so you can follow up. It can be as simple as a notepad in your pocket, the notepad on your phone, whatever it may be, but have a way to write that down. You always want to be in control of the follow-up. Again, this isn't you necessarily focusing on trying to make a sale. This is about you ensuring that if you have the opportunity to serve and support someone and add value to their lives, you have every opportunity to do that. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Put your thoughts down below in the comments. Would love to see what holiday parties you have coming up and how you can implement my suggestions here. And until then, I want you to remember, get uncomfortable, get results. I'm Jeremy DeMerchant, the sales strategist. Cheers.